Machine learning engineer salary data looks simple at first. Then you compare 5 sources. And suddenly, the range is wide enough to create real confusion. One source puts average base pay around $128,000. Another puts it closer to $186,000. Total compensation can move even higher, especially at senior levels where equity and bonuses matter. So, the better question isn't, what does an ML engineer make? It's, what kind of ML engineer are we actually hiring? That distinction matters more than you might think. A machine learning engineer building recommendation systems at a startup is not the same as someone fine-tuning foundation models at a major tech company. They may share the same title, but the work is different. The market knows that, and compensation follows the work. For hiring managers, this is where a lot of offers start to break down. The company benchmarks against one number. The candidate anchors on another. Neither side is necessarily wrong. They're just looking at different markets. Across major salary sources, base pay for machine learning engineers generally sits in a broad band, roughly $128,000 to $186,000, depending on the dataset. But that's only base salary.
At senior levels, total compensation can move past $350K when stock and bonuses are included.
That's especially true in big tech and frontier AI environments. If your job description only lists base salary, you may be underselling the role before a candidate ever talks to you. A $180,000 base with meaningful bonus and equity is very different from a flat $180K package. Candidates compare total opportunity, not just salary. Experience changes the number quickly. Entry-level ML engineers with real technical grounding are often starting around the low $120K range nationally. Mid-level engineers can move into the $150,000 to $160,000 range. Senior ML engineers with production deployment experience can command closer to $190K base and often more. The key phrase there is production deployment. Not just model building, not just notebook work. Companies are paying for engineers who can build, deploy, monitor, and fix ML systems in the real world. That supply is still thin. Companies are looking for experts. Geography also moves the number. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle, Austin, and remote US roles all compete for overlapping talent. That means a company outside a major tech hub still competes with major market compensation when the role is remote. Remote ML roles can carry a premium because many qualified candidates live in high-cost markets. And if you require full-time office attendance, expect that to affect your pool. Some candidates will still do it, but the best ones usually expect the offer to reflect that trade-off. Skills create another layer of separation. PyTorch production experience is one of the clearest compensation drivers right now. LLM fine-tuning and RAG architecture have moved from nice to have to expected in many senior searches. MLOps depth also matters. Kubernetes, Docker, MLflow, SageMaker, Vertex AI, model monitoring. The more someone can own the full path from model to production, the more leverage they have. That's the engineer most companies are trying to hire, and there aren't enough of them. Here's what hiring managers often get wrong. First, they post base salary only and leave bonus or equity out of the conversation. Second, they use the wrong title. A data scientist and an ML engineer are not interchangeable. Third, they benchmark against the wrong company set. A Series B startup in Irvine shouldn't copy Google's comp model, but it should be clear about scope, ownership, and impact. Some candidates will trade a higher package for the chance to build something meaningful, but they need to understand the opportunity. A few questions come up often. Do ML engineers need a PhD? Usually no. For applied ML engineering, production experience often matters more than academic credentials. How fast can a company fill a senior ML engineer role?
Plan for 8 to 14 weeks in most cases.
Longer if the role is fully on-site or the skill set is unusually narrow. Are ML salaries still rising? For production-ready engineers, yes. Demand is still ahead of supply. That won't last forever, but it's the market hiring teams are operating in now. So, as we've seen, the takeaway here is actually quite simple. Don't treat machine learning engineer salary as one clean number. Treat it as a market signal. Experience matters. Deployment experience matters more. Total compensation matters, and the title has to match the actual work. When those pieces are aligned, hiring gets cleaner. When they're not, strong candidates disappear fast. If you're building an AI or ML team and need a grounded read on the market, KORE1 can help you benchmark the role, sharpen the search, and reach the right candidates.